Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Can y'all hear us? We're having some sound problems.
Hi.
Shannon, are we coming through? Nobody's answering me.
Well, I can see myself on the live.
Nobody's answering me.
I can hear you now on the computer, but I can see myself on the live.
All right. They said they can hear us.
I can hear you now on the computer, but I can see myself on the
Okay.
live.
All right. They said they can hear us.
I can hear you now on the computer, but I can see myself on the live.
You'll probably have to turn one of yours off because it's repeating everything.
Oh, Lord, why is that looping? That's not going to work.
You'll probably have to turn one of yours off.
Oh, well, the laptop's gone. We're just going to have to work it out.
It'll be all right. So you've been cooking a lot?
Yes, I have. Just today, I was invited to do a benefit bake sale for a friend of mine who owns an auction company. They didn't have anybody to do it tomorrow. He said, by chance, can you try to see what you can do something for us? It's like from 9 until 1 or until I sell out. So I said, sure, why not? I need to do some candy videos anyway. And thank you so much for having me, by the way. I'm Michelle from Michelle's Southern Home Cooking.
You're welcome.
And so, yes, I have made some, and these videos posted today, and I had some of these already. But this is Southern homemade rock candy with the boiled sugar and the Karo syrup, and you use those Lorian oils. Have you ever had that?
No.
It's delicious. And this is cinnamon. Honey, it is just as good as you want to slap your mouth around. Woo-hoo, it's good. This is homemade peanut brittle, if I can get it out of here. And we have a lot of peanuts around here. I mean, you'd think North Carolina was like Georgia. We have a bunch of peanuts. And I was born and raised in a farming community. Okay. And then these are peanuts again, sugar candy coated peanuts. You cook them with a sugar syrup and then you bake them in the oven for 30 minutes. And then my same peanut brittle recipe, if you cook it with pecans, you end up with this divine confection called pecan brittle. I tell you, we're real similar to Georgia, I reckon. But this is the one that I put up tonight. It's my most requested one, the Pecan Divinity. Mama calls it seafoam candy because it looks like the seafoam that, we have the ocean here in North Carolina, and when the ocean comes up to the shore, it has that frothy seafoam that's kind of puffy, and that's what it looks like. But people love this stuff. But so I'm going to have an assortment of candies. I'm going to make some homemade sausage balls. And I'm going to put that video up this weekend, too. And I think that's pretty common. Do y'all make sausage balls in Alabama?
We do.
Okay. And I know there's other kind of variations with pimento cheese and cream cheese and all that kind of stuff. But I'm doing the basic one. The 2 cups of Bisquick, a pound of sausage. And then I use a little bit more cheese than it says because I love cheese. Yum. Cheese is good.
We love cheese here. Hello, Danielle. Yeah, we do. Actually, I was looking at a sausage ball recipe just the other day. I've got to come up with a few things to make for our get together. So, anyway, it's time to pull out the cookbook.
Now besides that, I'm getting up in the morning and making homemade sweet potato biscuits and homemade old-fashioned cheese biscuits. I'm taking the red rind hoop cheese and covering them with my homemade biscuits and then baking them in the oven. And when you pull them apart, that cheese just flows. It's so delicious and so yummy. And I'm going after we finish up. I've got to go to the deli to go get my country ham. I use that shaved country ham to go in between those sweet potato biscuits. And honey, that's a treat for real.
I bet you're gonna make me hungry. Patrick Homestead says he's never had sausage balls. So he's got a laughing face, so I'm not sure whether to believe him or not.
Well, if you'll look up Michelle Southern Home Cooking, by the end of this weekend, sausage balls will be there, and my husband loves them. So once you go sausage balls, honey, you don't go back.
Yeah. Shannon, if you can drop her link, if you don't mind, that would be great. But, so you got big plans for Christmas dinner?
Yes, we actually are going to smoke a brisket for about 12 hours on my pellet grill smoker. We usually do beef for Christmas. You know, it's turkey for Thanksgiving, beef for Christmas, and then ham for New Year's, and with the black eyed peas and everything. But we're going to do a brisket. We're going to do a 2-bean Southwestern salad that's kind of a Southwest Tex-Mex kind of thing. And then probably some string beans and boiled potatoes because I just have to have them. They're tradition for us. And some fried cornbread and barbecue sauce, and I can make a meal out of that.
Danielle says, tell us more about sweet potato biscuits. I think you're making her hungry.
Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I started this in January of last year. My daughter moved to Wilmington, North Carolina, and she was calling me. She said, Mom, how do you make this? Blah, blah, blah. How do you make that? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, you know what? I'm working from home now. I'm a nurse. And the type of work that I do, Medicaid pulled us out of the homes instead of visiting patients. So I was home, and my husband works long hours, and me and the dog were lonely. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try. Somebody suggested that I try a YouTube video. So I did. And my first video was actually, I make something called Candied Yam Biscuits. And I use leftover candied yams, and it makes them sweet. And not everybody's into sugar, though. So I'm going to do regular sweet potato biscuits. But I roast my sweet potatoes. And, really good red sweet potatoes. And they have to be cured and freshly dug, or you got to let them sit up in some temperature. Every Southerner knows, you got to cure your sweet potatoes. But once they're cured, they're ready to go. And so you put them in a 400-degree oven, and you roast them for an hour and cut the oven off and go to sleep. Okay? In the morning, you will find your sweet potato has shriveled back up, and all those wonderful sugars have infused back into the sweet potatoes, and they taste like candy just right out of the oven. And my mama would slice them lengthwise to make a slab about that thick, and cook them in a pan with butter and sprinkle some cinnamon and sugar on both sides, and it would caramelize, and we'd have that with country ham and biscuits and grits. And honey, that was a treat for real.
I bet. It sounds like it. You need to put out a cookbook. You have found your true calling. You need to put out a cookbook.
Well, thank you. I do love it. I've loved cooking all my life. It's in my heritage. The area that we live in, they have a bunch of cooks and home bakers that are way better than I could ever be. And, and we're losing them. And so if we don't document these recipes and get them down, and, we have lost people my age. Guess how old I am?
40s.
No, I'm 53. I'll be 54 January.
Well.
I'm going to send you a quarter.
There you go.
But anyway, I'm from a little area called Farm Life, and we had a school, and the whole school started like in the 30s, and they had 1st through 8th grade, and then you were finished. Back then, you didn't go past the 8th grade, and then they started 10th grade, and then they combined the schools by the time in the 70s when I started with the local big city of Williamston. They had 5,000 people. That was a big city for us. And we're out here in the country. And so we were intimidated. But our area has a good reputation for being friendly, kind, and definitely good cooks, especially around church homecomings.
Mm-hmm.
You were so excited when Miss So and So was going to bring her cake, and you were like, "Oh, I got to get a slice of that before it gets gone." Everybody's kind of got their specialty, and so I just think these things need to be documented, or we're going to lose it. Like my homemade scratch banana pudding.
Thanks for coming in, Pafford. They just subscribed to you along with Journey, along with Shannon just subscribed. So
thank you so much.
Yeah, my mom's got lots of cookbooks and recipes I would love to go through, and I intend to. And but I do like to cook. That's kind of more. I mean, that's the direction my channel goes. So.
Well.
But anyway, I just happened along your channel one day. I was looking through YouTube and looking up Southern cooking. And so I happened along your channel and I got to watching your videos. I was like, man, she can cook. So you have good recipes too. They're not all the far out stuff, and it's just down home cooking.
Well, I don't want it to be weird. The first thing Mama tells me is like, "Oh, that recipe, it has 5 million ingredients. I ain't gonna make that." Or I've got to go to Raleigh, which is 2 hours away, to go get the ingredient. Nobody's got time for that. You want to go to the regular food. We have a little local grocery store called Food Line, or everybody has a Walmart, but excuse me. When I want to get in and out real quick, or I do a pickup, I'll do Food Line. And once in a while, I'll have to order something from Amazon or Walmart, like these little Lorraine oils. I don't know how to pronounce it, but like I did my cinnamon hard rock candy. I have grape. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I just drank some Diet Pepsi. It's talking about you. I have watermelon and grape. Hard rock candy. Has any of your watchers or viewers ever eaten hard rock candy? Do they know what I'm talking about?
Any of y'all ever eaten hard rock candy? I can't talk today. Hello, Dodie. Panther, I am from Arkansas. And Danielle said her favorite cookbooks are church cookbooks.
Well, this particular one is our Ruetinette group. Have y'all got the group called the Ruetins in the country out where you live?
No.
Well, it's a group of men that get together and do good. Like if a widow needs firewood, or if a porch is broke, or somebody's going through some medical problems, and they do it privately, because you're not supposed to boast about what you do for people, but they do, and it's a service group. Well, the wives are called the Ruetinettes, and this cookbook has been put out, I think, since the 1950s, 1951 originally, maybe. But you know how that is. It's the ladies in the church or whatever. But mine is used so much, I've got pages falling out of it, and I have rewritten it. And I've got I hit my camera. Sorry, I've got spatters. And I'm on my back porch. My husband's watching Apocalypse Now, and I hear boom, boom. I hope y'all don't hear the stuff. He got a new sound bar. That was his Christmas present, and it came. And you know how they don't wrap stuff, or it's not in a box? There it was. It's a sound bar, and he got it from the UPS man. Oh, it's a sound bar. I said, okay, that's Merry Christmas, So, of course, he had to put it in. And now he's really enjoying Leonard Skinner and the Beatles, and now Apocalypse Now. So I hope y'all don't hear that. But
I don't hear anything. Danielle said her meemaw used to make rock candy every year, and Dodie says she's had rock candy.
Okay. Well, have y'all ever seen these little Lorraine oils? Either a lot of times pharmacy carries them, or Walmart.
I've never seen them personally.
They're little teeny things. It's only 3.7 milliliters, which is not even a teaspoon, but they're highly concentrated oils. And you have to be careful with the cinnamon. If you breathe it in, it'll knock you out.
That would not be good for me.
But it makes delicious candy.
I bet it does.
Mm-hmm. Have they ever had Divinity or Seafoam, the white candy that I showed?
My mom used to make Divinity. So
okay. This is for your mom.
There you go. I'll tell her to go back and watch. Danielle says she has seen those before from when she used to make cakes and cookies. She used to be a cake decorator. So that's what she used to do. Now she's a pastor's wife and a school teacher.
Oh, wow.
So she stays busy doing that. But we like fudge, and I like peanut butter fudge. That is one of my favorites.
That's my favorite.
But I love peanut butter fudge.
Do you ever make peanut butter chocolate balls, like with the peanut butter and the graham crackers and the butter? And
my sister makes the peanut butter balls, but they don't have graham cracker in it. They're called Buckeyes, I think, or something like that, kind of.
Yeah, that's one recipe. But my mom came up with one that has a graham cracker crumbs in it, and it's got a different taste to it. And it just doesn't taste just like powdered sugar and butter mixed together. It's got pecans in it too.
Wow, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
It does sound good. But we're mostly now. Mom makes a cake every year for Christmas. It's called a jam cake. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
A what kind of cake?
A jam cake.
I hadn't heard of that one.
It's got grape jelly in it, and it's very sweet. I'll try to get the recipe for it and I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
But anyway, it's a very sweet thing. But she makes a lot of pies and stuff for Christmas. Sweet potato pie and chocolate pie, pecan pie. But yeah, we just have a big old Christmas feast.
Well, when I was a little girl, Mom started my love of cakes, I think. She wanted to take a cake decorating course at the local community college. And she was a telephone operator, and she had me. I think I was maybe 8, and then my sister was 4 years younger, so she was 4. And she asked Daddy, so, could he please watch us or keep us? And I know this is controversial, but you've got to look at it. This was 1972 or 70 something. Anyway, it was really early in the 70s. And men babysat. They just didn't keep their own children. rare, co-parenting was rare. So anyway, he said he was not going to babysit for her to go learn how to make a rose on a cake. So she took us with her. And the teacher let me go stand up there beside of her. And before you knew it, I had me a pastry bag full of icing making roses. So that was a fluke.
Well, there you go. And Danielle says her daughter makes peanut butter snowballs that have graham cracker crumbs. They're great covered with chocolate, though.
Well, I'm going to do those peanut butter balls soon, and maybe you can watch and see if it's similar, and might want to try them.
Panther wants to know how you make your peanut butter fudge.
Peanut butter fudge. That is actually a new video that's coming out this weekend, and if you'll hold on 1 second, I will reference my peanut butter fudge Bible here. Because I followed their recipe pretty quickly, pretty close. And hold on just a second. Now I've got over 40 videos now. I cannot believe we have done that many. And a lot of the things that you mentioned, I do have, especially the sweet potato pie. I'm a sweet potato girl, and I definitely have that. And but the peanut butter, I always use Jif peanut butter. It's my favorite peanut butter. So you've got to use peanut butter that tastes good, and that's fine. You use whatever you like, but peanut butter fudge. Here we go, page 60. Now, y'all, I have actually something called memory issues. Here's the chocolate ball recipe. I'm going to read it to you real quick. Okay. It's got 2 sticks of butter, vanilla, powdered sugar, 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, 3/4 cup of Jif creamy peanut butter, and chopped pecans. And you mix all that together, and then you dip it in melted semi-sweet chocolate. And I use a little bit of paraffin wax. Does anybody else add paraffin to their chocolate so it's shiny and pretty and sets up real pretty?
I'm not sure what my sister does to hers. Danielle, do you put wax in y'all's?
It's just a little bit of paraffin wax. You get it with the canning supplies. You don't use much because you don't want it to taste, but it just helps set it up.
They do when they make cake balls, she says.
Okay. But the peanut butter fudge is 3 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of butter, 2/3 cup of evaporated milk, 1 cup of peanut butter, and then the 7-ounce jar of marshmallow cream. You just can't go wrong with that recipe.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Panther uses wax. Hello, Tim. Thanks for coming in. So what is some of your favorite Christmas memories?
Christmas memories. Oh my gosh. It was 1979. And I got a trampoline outside, and it was one of those Christmases, down in the South, we either have really warm Christmases that are kind of blustery and kind of wet sometimes, or we have cold Christmases. And we've only had one white Christmas that I ever remember. It's the year we got married in 1989. But so that was a great memory. First year we got married. Oh, I'll expand on that. The first Christmas gift Randy ever got me, 1989. I wanted a pearl necklace. I just knew he was getting me a pearl necklace. So I opened this box up, and it was one of these orbs with that shoots out lightning out of the middle of it. Like a science experiment, like from Frankenstein or something. I saw it at Radio Shack, and I said, oh, that's cool. That's neat. Didn't mean I wanted one. But there is a picture of me opening that gift, and my dad snapped it at the right time, and that's priceless. And I still have it. It's up the attic. I don't have a display case built for it. But getting back to 1979, I think, I got the trampoline, and I got an 8-track portable tape player. Mm-hmm. It had disco hits on it. And with Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive was probably my favorite one. So I was jumping on that trampoline. I will survive. I will survive. I will survive. Anyway, that's probably one of my favorite memories, because I wanted that trampoline so badly for so long.
Yeah. Well, so do you have a lot of memories with cooking with your mom?
Yes. One year when I was a little girl, she decided she was going to cook 20 cakes, and we cooked 20 different kinds of cakes and gave them away. And so she was very giving, and it taught me not to be fearful of a recipe. I've had so many people, especially with this recipe, they're like, I can't make divinity. I can't make seafoam. Why can't you make it? And that's why I told them, I said, if you'll just watch my video, it's step 1, 2, 3. I'll lay it out for you. And I'll even tell you what not to do, because if you're making mistakes when you're cooking, you're still cooking. You just know, well, maybe I shouldn't do this next time. Maybe I shouldn't do that. If you're taking something to somebody, make sure you know what you're doing. But if you're experimenting with new recipes, you've got to do that to branch out. Just be fearless.
Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to try new things either.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, have you got all your Christmas shopping done?
99% of it. I always save the stuff for Catherine's Christmas stocking for last. I've got a few things that are going to go in her stocking, but the trip to the drugstore, and when I'm helping Santa out, stocking stuffers, usually CVS will send a 30% off coupon up to $100 off of everything. So it's either on sale, or if it wasn't on sale, I get that 30% off. I like to save money if I can.
Oh yeah, definitely. For sure. So what is your favorite type of food to cook?
Probably cakes, honestly and truthfully. I can flat out throw together a really pretty Hershey cake, I think. That because I use the chocolate ganache on it, and there is on my site, on my on my Facebook site, Michelle Southern Home Cooking on Facebook, my cover page has a picture of a cake I did last year that has a Christmas tree on it with powdered sugar. And it's a decorator cake. And that's one of the ones I'm most proud of. And the only problem I have now is lack of time. I've got so much I want to do, and I need 3 more Michelles to do it all. And because I'm still a full-time nurse, I have to work full-time. And I was up this morning charting on patients about 5 a.m. And I work until like 2 or 3 o'clock. And at home, just because you're working at home doesn't mean you're not working.
For real.
And if anything, they throw more on you, I think, because they want to make sure you're occupied with your time.
Yeah. Shannon says her aunt makes birthday cakes and wedding cakes. Huh. Danielle said, on the subject of saving money, what is your favorite budget-friendly meal?
My favorite budget what?
Friendly meal.
Budget-friendly meal. Oh, honey, chicken and pastry. My mama's chicken and pastry. That video is up too. Now, pastry here in Eastern North Carolina is rolled out in long strips and it's thin. Now, different people, it's the same recipe. You can make it thick and make it short for dumplings. Like, have you ever had Cracker Barrel's chicken and dumplings?
Yes.
Okay. It's the same recipe. You just make the dumplings short and fat, And so if you'll look at that, you boil a chicken, okay? You can get the chicken on sale, or you can use chicken breast, whatever is cheap, like a $5, $6 package of chicken. And my secret is chicken base. It's called Better Than Bouillon. It is in where the stock is. You'll see all of the Swanson stocks. Look up on the top shelf, and it's in a glass brown bottle, and it'll say Better Than Bouillon. I've got the beef, and I've got the chicken. And a teaspoon of that and a cup of hot boiling water is just absolutely loaded with flavor. So even if you've got boneless chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast, and you're boiling it for your base, for your pastry. And I don't know how many people you have in your family, but we only have 2 here now, just 2, me and Randy. And so I don't have to bake and cook as much. And so that's probably because pastry is just flour. You're using the stock from the boiled chicken to flavor and season and make the pastry and roll it out. So you got flour, chicken, water, and that stock. And that'll fill you up. I'm telling you, it sure will. I don't have anything else when I have chicken and pastry or chicken and dumplings. Do y'all?
No. That's usually the height of it. That's the main and the side and that's the whole thing in one dish.
I think it's the southern equivalent to Italian spaghetti. Think about it.
Yeah.
That fills you up too.
Probably so. Has anybody got any questions for Michelle? Any more questions? Shannon says she loves listening to you talk.
Thank you. Thank you. I sing too.
Well, I didn't know you was a singer.
Oh, I've been singing in church since I was 2 years old. I'm in the Lord's Army. Yes, sir.
There you go.
I play the piano in church too.
Really? Well, my daughter plays the piano. She enjoys it. She sings as well. But so do y'all do Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, or you just do
now the way things are, when I was little, we'd do Christmas Eve at my grandma's house, my daddy's mother. Then we did Christmas Day at my mom's family. Well, then you get married and a whole new dynamic forms. You have in-laws, and then they have children, and then they have places they have to be. So I just had that one child, Catherine. She's 22. She's coming up. She'll be home the 23rd, and we're just going to hang out here. We'll go visit, but we don't have a large family on either side, and we'll be here, and we know Christmas night supper we'll have our dinner here, but I'm still waiting to hear who's having what time, because they're working it out, because they have different children that have to be here and there with the other grandmothers and the stepmoms, and it gets so complicated. We're just like, okay, we'll be here, cheers.
Be here when you get here. Danielle's daughter Micah wants to know what's your favorite dessert.
What my favorite
dessert is.
Ooh, favorite dessert. All right, I'm going to give it in categories.
Okay.
Cake. My favorite dessert for cake.
Hello, Tina.
Is a devil's food cake, and I jack up my devil's food cake recipe, okay? If you'll take a Duncan Hines devil's food cake and the chocolate fudge cake, blend those two together. So you're talking about 2 cake mixes, and then you weigh it out and separate it, divide it. Then you'll have half. I put a half in a Ziploc bag I'll use later. So then I'll have that cake mix. I'll add a thing of Jell-O pudding, instant chocolate fudge pudding, and blend that up together. A cup and a quarter of milk, a tablespoon or 2 of butter, and then about a half a cup of oil. Anyway, I've got my own little thing that I do. And then I've got 3 full eggs and an extra egg yolk. And I bake that. So we've got a chocolate fudge layers. All right, 3 layers I bake it into. Then I make that sea foam 7-minute icing. It's a 7-minute icing recipe. It's on my list. It's already up there. And that on top of that fudge cake, oh my. Yes, that's my favorite. Now, I haven't posted that fudge cake recipe. I was going to save that for New Year's. But the icing is there. So any of your favorite chocolate fudge recipe will work with that. And then of the kind of 9x13 casserole dessert, lemon lush. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It's got a cookie base. Then it's got cream cheese, lemon pudding, and Cool Whip with pecans on top. I think that's my favorite dessert, that kind. I don't discriminate. I love them all.
Yeah. I guess my favorite cake would probably be a red velvet cake.
Red velvet?
Yes, I love red velvet. And I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, have you ever had Death by Chocolate?
That's a good question. I think I have, but I think I may have passed out and it was a dream. I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm just joking. I think I had something like that, like at the Cheesecake Factory or something. But I have never made anything like Death by Chocolate.
It's like chocolate pudding, then brownies, then Cool Whip, nuts, candy bars, all scrambled up in one big layered dessert. But it's really good.
Is that like one of those things in a 9x13 pan too?
No, it's actually in a bowl. They actually break the brownies all up and they just layer it. It's just layered on top of kind of a layered thing. Tina says, have y'all had dirt cake? Yes, I've had dirt cake, and I love dirt cake.
That's got the ground Oreos, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not a huge Oreo fan. I like them, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
Panther says their favorite cake is Lemon Overload by a Michelle. I guess they've got a Michelle that cooks for them.
Lori is listening?
Panther.
Hey, Lori, that is probably my best friend in the whole wide world.
Oh, well, no wonder it's by Michelle. Michelle's sitting right here then.
Oh, gosh, that is a cake. I invented that cake for my birthday one year. About 2 or 3 years ago, Lori? And so, anyway, you know Miss Paula Dean. She is my idol. I've been to her restaurant I don't know how many times in Savannah. And I have met both those boys. They are just drop dead gorgeous in person. Yes, they are. And they're so cute. That was before they were married, but that's okay. I was still married. But I can, I appreciate the Lord's handiwork. And but anyway, so it is kind of like a lemon ooey gooey cake at the bottom. Then you have cheesecake, lemon cheesecake, lemon ooey gooey, lemon cheesecake, lemon whipped cream icing, then lemon cake, lemon buttercream, and then I make lemon meringues to
Oh, yeah.
decorate all on the outside.
Thanks for coming in, Danielle. That sounds delicious. She said key lime is her favorite. Hello, Broke. Shannon, I'll send you the recipe. Colleen says she loves cheesecake. Now, cheesecake is one of my top. I'm a cheesecake fan.
And I love cheesecake too. I haven't met a cheesecake I don't like.
I'm actually fixing to bake one for Christmas next week. I'm going to do a gingerbread cheesecake.
Yum.
So I'm going to give that a try and see what it tastes like.
Do you use ground up gingerbread cookies
I
for
did.
the base?
That's what it's the first time I've made it, but I bought some ground. I bought some gingerbread cookies to grind up. So I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to turn out. But anyway, I know you've got to go to the store, so I don't want to hold you up.
I'd love to do this again. This was fun.
I have enjoyed it. I really have. And it's been a lot of fun meeting you and talking to you face to face. I know we've talked through messaging, but anyway, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you. And I want to wish you and everybody watching a very, very Merry Christmas and health, happiness, and prosperity always.
Yes, and Merry Christmas to y'all. And I appreciate all my mods. I appreciate everybody that's come on. If I don't see you between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas to all of y'all as well.
And I hope all your dishes and everything you bake and make turn out perfect.
Bye-bye. Okay, Colleen. But anyway, I appreciate you coming on, and I will be back in touch because we will definitely do it again.
And I'm off to go get some country ham for those sweet potato biscuits in the morning. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, girl.
Bye-bye. God bless.
You too. Thanks, everybody, for coming on. And we will not be having a live next Monday night because there's still some people that have Christmas later on after Christmas. And that's my hubby's birthday. So I am taking that Monday night off. But anyway, I appreciate y'all jumping on. And we will see y'all later. Bye.